Hello everyone, it's Eon here. We're going to look at March 2025, what's coming. Now this is being recorded Sunday, February 23rd, so if there's new stuff that's come out since I put this together, I apologize. Just understand we got 5 days left in the month, and if I keep waiting, it's going to be way too soon. Anvil Digital Forge this month is going with Special Forces 2 Heavies. In addition, we have a British Space Force Stormtrooper loyalty reward for people who have been a part of their tribe for a while. And again, some more heavies. BattleYak Miniatures has put out a small work in progress of these World War II French headquarter or HQ units. BattleYak, who I normally have in my fantasy videos, is doing Eldarch Star Weavers, the Infinite Strands. Obviously inspired as an Eldar-inspired sort of miniature. These come with several different sculpts, and I'm sure we'll see more as the month of March actually gets here. Claudio Casini Art has shoulder-mounted missile launcher. Cyberforge Studios put out a couple of small previews, such as Vanessa QA, or Ka, I guess, and Brother Virtus. But then they put out the full month's preview, so let's look at these miniatures with their respective groups. For the skirmish/RPG release, you get Hell's Kitchen. Again, here's Vanessa QA. It is a Q, isn't it? It's a weird font. You also have Chef Bolton. Don't know that I would want anything that he cooks up. He's got an extra hand there. And there's Morgan Chrome. And there's the waiter's staff, as well as a couple of civilians as well. Is she missing a hand? For the Wargaming release, we have Vetus Imperium. So there's Ajax Milo Fidelis. There's a couple of weapon options if you look at the whole screen there. The Optimus Custodes come with either pole arms or swords. Those swords have sights on them. Are they laser guns? And then here's Brother Virtus. The terrain has some really cool detail, and I'm glad they did this close-up because you wouldn't have noticed it, but here we look at the terrain from afar, which is very similar to what we saw last month. And on the left, we also have some more Grid Runner. This is looks like a locker room, but maybe it's the kitchen storeroom or something. Cyberstash. This is the final month of Cyberstash, and this month you'll be getting Elsie Dusty Echoes, as well as some Outback Bush Rangers. Elsie will come in a couple of different sculpts, as she normally does. They usually like to do like an action pose and a character pose. They also give you a prop, and this month's prop is Dusty's Ranger Badge. Dusty also comes with a couple of different face options, mask or no mask. The amount of detail on these models is just simply amazing, even down to the stitching. And here are the bushwhackers. Can't tell if she's hunting them or if they work together. Probably whichever way you want them. Dakka Dakka has put out a March release list of models. Here's the whole models. You can hit pause and read through it. I'm not going to read everything to you. Let's just look at what we can see so far. We have Witnesses of the Cosmic Harvester. We have Agadrax the Forgefire, Ignisarius Clan Team Pulsarum, a Colossus squad, and some ancient mine rats. Infantry battle tank LR7, and for a loyalty bonus, the Orc Slayer's commander. Edge Miniatures has put out a preview. I think this is most of what we'll probably be getting for the month of March. Let's look at them in a little bit more detail. So for the 28mm release, you have some Storm Riders for the Tech Pirates, and we have some Skyborn Scavengers. These bird folk seem to be a little more owl inspired. For the 8mm ranges, we have the Cursed Elves on Speed Freaks, and for the Tech Elves, we have air transports. These remind me of some of the very few epic models that I own from GW way back when. That was one of the few miniatures I have from Epic, was an Eldar style ship that looks very similar to that. I cannot recall what it was called, but Forbidden Prince this month is doing Ruins of the Empire. These come in several different formats. Actually, I love the fact that their graphics say no supports and FDM optimized. That actually makes them much more enticing to subscribe to, in my opinion. One Page Rules has put out a preview. We're continuing with Human Defense Force, and I believe these are simply called recruits. These are your typical Human Defense Force people. The comment was something to the effect of there's so many casualties that they constantly need new people to join their ranks. Several different models, several different configurations. We also have the Human Defense Force Munitioner. It's a weird word to say. I think they might be ready to go to war. In addition, we also have a couple of walkers. This is the Combat Walker and the Arsenal Walker, excuse me. Papsikels has put out their preview. We have Helicopter Pilot 1 and Assimilating Extra Lifeform Organism Imitators. These things are creepy, Papsikels. Version 3, version 4. We also have Necromorph Leapers. As well as some Gunner Bros. I can't tell if it's the black eyes or what, but the bald head and all is very creepy too. But then Papsikels, when I'm like, you have nothing of interest for me, I see these. And first I was thinking very Predator inspired, but pretty sure these are from a pretty prominent real-time strategy game. And I'm here for it.
We are unanimous.
These guys don't have their blades extended like this guy does.
Olak Natal. Thus I serve.
But yes, I like the fact that you colored it blue.
I heed the call.
These are impressive. I'd like to see more like this, Papsikels. I don't know if you actually watch my videos, but I'd like to see more. For their Cyberpunk release, we have Cybermecha Street Punk RX 7821, as well as a half-human demon cyber agent. He probably has a friend here with the humanoid amphibious man. It comes in 3 different sculpts. And then there's the mechanically augmented agents. They come in 3 different sculpts of those too. They seem familiar to me. I'm not familiar with these off the top of my head. Or off the top of his, for that matter. Project Mobius is going to be going into Japanese buildings, or traditional Japanese buildings, for the month of March. So these were some early previews that Project Mobius put out. I included Sir Nicholas Miniatures because I think these could be used in a sci-fi setting. They've been doing a lot of Trench Crusade inspired stuff, so I'm going to include this here because you could pick and choose as needed. SolGood Studios in the month of March is going to be doing Rat Sar, an Etten were-rat monster. That is a thing of nightmares, and a bust of it as well. Traders Galaxy Miniatures and Games is going to be doing Firehouse Rock. That firehouse does look a little familiar. Retro Robot V26, some awesome coils bots, including the huge Shogun. For their 28mm range, or 30mm, normal size, 30mm range, sorry, back to ROTD, Rise of the Democracy. And this is Outbreak of Gulag 13. And they'll also be putting out Retro Robot RR34 for any of the people who subscribe to the 2 tiers of their tribe. Vermillion Miniatures has put out a preview art here, and I'm not sure if this is, sword and sorcery fantasy or futuristic sci-fi. I lean more towards sci-fi, so we're going to put this in here. Wargames Atlantic has put out a preview of Snack, Sales Nutrition Automated Concessions Kiosk Robot. So I guess you have these smiling guys and girls coming around serving you whatever you need. And for Deathfields, we have the Naglonk Team Jump Squad. These do look more like frogs than toads, but I guess they could have gone with like a Battletoads sort of theme. These are modular, however you want to put them together. Well, that's pretty much our preview for the month of March. We'll be coming back into March and showing you what's been updated and what's new, and we'll be updating you throughout the month. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Research complete.